Ayo, what's the hop with my crew, the Chico Army, and if you're new, looking for something to do, join us by subscribing and dropping that title of Viewer of the Tube. My name's Tyler, the host, and with this channel, expect the unexpected.
Come here. Hi. What's your name? Huh?
It's Roger, what's yours?
You know our Roger Rabbit. It's time for Chico Crypto. Pay attention, my friends. Pay attention to what's happening within the crypto space. The CoinDesk and news headlines, the subreddits, the forums, shoot even deep into the Chan. But don't focus all energy on just crypto. Attention can and should be pointed out of the crypto sphere, as here lies the biggest opportunities. What do I mean? Well, per example, over the weekend an event went down which isn't a crypto one, called Odyssey Momentum. And as we can see from the kickoff page, it's an event by the European Union Regional Development Fund. And at the event that just went down, they're putting forward 21 challenges to shape the 21st century that connect governmental, corporate, scientific, and nonprofit partners with anyone that can contribute to building open source solutions. So these challenges, they have been going on for some time. Scrolling down to the roadmap, it began in November of 2019 with the Polaris event, and by December the actual challenges were announced. The teams, they have been working on these challenges for 1 year plus, and at Momentum over the weekend, they demonstrated and collaborated with their work for each of the 21 challenges. But with Momentum, we are not done. As we can see throughout November and into December, there is something called Odyssey Ignite. What the freak is that, bro? Well, you just gotta use Google and search by that term, Odyssey Ignite, and the first result is the event, and it looks like it's going down throughout December, the 1st through the 14th. And from the description, this is what Ignite is. It's the next step after Odyssey Momentum. 1 or 2 teams per challenge are selected at Momentum to work on their multi-stakeholder pilot, together with their challenge lead organizations and its stakeholders. Together, they will be finding out how to best start the pilot based on the team's ideas, stakeholders' ideas, and ecosystem development possibilities. The end result of Ignite is a clear plan and commitment for a multi-stakeholder pilot to grow the challenge ecosystem and the solutions towards mass adoption. Mass adoption, multi-stakeholders, European Union, governmental, you get it? These challenges are no joke. So what frickin' blockchains and crypto companies could be involved with these challenges? Well, we gotta go look at the partners and the participants. And of course, it's enterprise and governmental focused, but if you look closely, it's also blockchain and crypto focused. Right there is Grid Singularity as one of the challenge lead partners. Grid Singularity as in the D3A and Energy Web. And one of Energy Web's validators is there, NG. But also as a challenge lead partner is DAML, an enterprise blockchain key, and the creators of the DAML programming language. Now scrolling down, there are ecosystem members, which contain another Energy Web validator, Steadin, but also an Energy Web ecosystem member, Eon. Something must be up. But as you can see, there are 2 other blockchain projects in the ecosystem members, Waves and IOTA. And then down in community members, it looks like Ethereum Netherlands contributed, and the technology friends were the Ocean Protocol and Gavin Woods Parody. An interesting bunch, wouldn't you say? Now let's break it all down, including the winners of some of the challenges. So first, let's begin with Grid Singularity and thus Energy Web, as I've covered this one a bit before. Going to the Odyssey challenges, it's Energy Singularity. And if we click in, it's with Grid Singularity and NG. They are one of the 21 challenges. Pretty significant. As it says, Grid Singularity and NG invite you to help in the challenge of integrating an inclusive market design utilizing Grid Singularity's D3A energy exchange platform. Yeah, they are specifically building with the D3A, which ties right into the energy web chain, and it has massive grid operator partners as seen, including Alliander, Impulse, Steadin, and Eon, meaning this pilot program will hopefully be mass adopted across their grids. So who won Grid Singularity's and NG's energy challenge? Well, 3 teams came out on top: Rebase Energy, Arvolt, and Streaming Potential. So who are these guys? Well, Rebase, from their website, they obviously built on the D3A, and down in their partners, they are partnered with KTH, the Royal Institute of Technology in Stockholm, the Swedish Energy Agency, and other big dogs. How about Arvolt? Well, they already have a mobile app, energy focused, and as we can see below, they were also the winner of the Deloitte Garage Challenge, getting first place. How about Streaming Potential? Who are they? Well, not much was found online, but as we can see from a Grid Singularity post, it looks to be an energy asset app, which includes making those energy assets stakeable. Now that there's a winner, remember, Odyssey and these challenge winners are about to ignite. Back at the challenge page in the timeline, it says the best solution is turned into a pilot project with everyone involved. Everyone, including the grid operators and more, like the project stakeholders, which if we go up to the slides to slide 3 and a winning team's application Streaming Potential, they give us insight into who the stakeholders are. The Municipality of Groningen, the Hague, energy providers, Engie, Ollie Systems, and one that is important, Vattenfall. So why is Vattenfall important? Well, this relates to another Odyssey challenge, the Fossil-Free Future, and that one actually includes 2 challenges, one called Balance the Grid and one called the Future-Proof Infrastructure for Smart Meter Data. Going into both of them, we can see they are both put on by Vattenfall. And of course, this relates right back to the energy web, as if you go to the 2017 article about the launch of the startup Grid Singularity, it says Grid Singularity has closed a seed round of 1 million and is currently in the 2nd round. They are already cooperating with multiple utilities and vendors, including Vattenfall and a famous IT house that still remains undisclosed. Unfortunately, the winners for these challenges have yet to be announced, but going into the Smart Meter Challenge, one of the teams competing is FlexiDAO, which as we can see is an energy web validator. So what this means is what's being built in these challenges aren't silos. The technologies built are meant to interoperate and work together, especially if they are in the same industry. So who else is a winner within the blockchain ecosystem? What technology is Europe looking to innovate on? Well, within the challenge Conscious Cities, there is the Scalable and Inclusive Living Labs, which is a pilot for automating access to and governance of a public digital ecosystem for citizens and stakeholders. And as we can see, the city of Hague is in the ecosystem, Dutch National Police too, and also the Ocean Protocol, and the selected teams to the left. So who won? Well, as we can see, Nadex tweeted they won, and they said they will work on piloting Nadex, the privacy-preserving and collaborative event detection platform. So is Nadex a crypto? No, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but it relates to the ecosystem blockchain project, Ocean Protocol. They tweeted about the kickoff, explaining 4 teams were building on them for this specific challenge, including Nadex. So you guys, Nadex, it's no joke, none of these teams are, and what they are building is an edge and cloud computing solution for smart cities. Now going back to Ocean's tweet, they said this: we're providing participants with in-depth knowledge and data sharing technology to help them get the most value from data. Our ecosystem and engineering teams will be supporting their team. So Nadex and Ocean, they're going hand in hand, but remember, they said their challenge solution, Nadex, is privacy preserving. Well, that is because Nadex also has Slicks, a privacy-preserving peer-to-peer attribute exchange protocol, which if you scroll down in the website to the use cases, one of them is data monetization platforms. Sound like Ocean? But there were more winners related to blockchain and crypto. As we can see, Waves won the ecosystem prize, and then New Fork Partners actually won in the Conscious Cities section too. And looky, it was a democratic voting solution powered by an EOS blockchain. Well, viewers, I might have missed something regarding blockchain from this event. Let me know if I did in the comments. But remember, the beginning of December is going to be hot when it's cold for those involved, as the pilots begin to fire up and go live. And I'll be keeping a close eye on those involved. Cheers, I'll see you next time.